Before we begin with this practice, I'm going to share a paragraph from this book, Wherever You Go, There You Are. And try not to get too much into the concepts or the intellectual mind mode, but just more like seeing how these words land in your body. And it says, mindfulness of breathing is one string on which the beats of our experience, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our perceptions, our impulses, our understanding, our very consciousness can be threaded. The necklace created is something new, not a thing really, but a new way of seeing, a new way of being, a new way of experiencing that permits a new way of acting in the world. This new way seems to connect what seems to be isolated, but actually, nothing is ever isolated and needs reconnecting. It's our way of seeing which creates and maintains separation. Mindfulness practice is simply the ongoing discovery of the thread of interconnectedness. And with this intention of reconnecting and creating this necklace, connecting these beads of our experience, here we are. And as the book says, wherever we go, there we are. So here we are practicing the art of being present. Noticing perhaps the effects of these words in the body. Any sensations in the body that might be arising. In the legs, the hands, the arms. How does it feel in the chest or the back and the head? Not wanting to change any sensations, but just opening with a receptive attitude to whatever is here. And perhaps just for this time, only for this time, without wanting to change anything of this experience. Noticing any emotions and feelings arising. It could be pleasant or unpleasant. Just allowing them to be there. It's part of our experience, it's already happening. So there's no need to fight or to strive to get rid of any unpleasant feelings or to prolong any pleasant feelings. Just seeing if it's possible to allow them to be there. And there might be thoughts. What is in the mind? And just noticing. And that's the practice. Perhaps any impulses as well. And seeing if we can just see impulses, thoughts, emotions, sensations for what they are. Just phenomena of our own experience. And we don't need to be carried away with them. And now gathering the attention around the sensations of the breath in your body. It's not that we are going to breathe now. The body was breathing, remember? And the breath is always there, keeping us alive. Even when we are not really aware of this, and we are just like joining this rhythm of life, which is a lovely rhythm, so generous, so available. Even when sometimes our relationship with the breath can be tricky, but it's always there. So perhaps feeling the movement of the breath coming in and going out in your belly, in your tummy. Just noticing when the belly expands, in the in-breath, and then the belly subsides, the out-breath. Or perhaps it's easier for you to experience the breath in your chest or the nostrils. Just following this rhythm in the whole trunk, including the shoulders moving up and down. Just exploring where it's easier for you to follow the breath, to be with it. And if it's not comfortable in any part of your body, remembering that you have choices, you can go back to your anchor, which is any other part of the body where you can feel comfortable, like you feel at home. It could be the feet flat on the floor, grounded, stable. It could be your hands, sensations in the seat, your buttocks being held by the chair, the sofa. But then if you want to explore with the breath, very gently, coming back to wherever you can feel the breath more vividly, but also more comfortable. This breath coming in and this breath going out. And remembering that it's natural that the mind tends to wander off. And that's what minds do, getting distracted with memories from the past, perhaps anticipation, worries, judgments. And it's interesting to be aware of this. Sometimes it's useful to mentally say, that's the mind planning or anticipating my next meeting at work or what I'm going to cook for supper. It's just interesting to notice this because that's how we get in touch with ourselves. And that's another bead of the necklace that Jung Kabat-Zinn says in the book. Noticing those beads. And if images work for you, perhaps putting a bead in the thread for each thought. And coming back to the breath. to this generous, abundant, gentle breath that is always there. It's like coming back home and just relax by the rhythm, coming and going, expanding, contracting. And if you realize perhaps some discomfort on any part of the body, perhaps pain, tension, you could invite the breath to come to this part of the body very gently, like directing your breath to this part of the body without any expectation, just with curiosity, observing what happens when you bring the breath to that part of tension or pain. Freeing yourself of any outcome of this practice. Just exploring with these capacities of the mind that we are training. We are like expanding capacities of the mind here. It's just like playing with the mind and what we can do, and observing what happens when we bring breath to that part of the body. And then after a few seconds, going back to your anchor, the breath, the belly, the chest, the nostrils, or any other anchor. Noticing when the mind gets distracted, and noticing where the mind went. And then bringing it back if it's possible. Once you realize that the mind has wandered off, that's the moment of awakening and a moment of choice, because we can direct the attention wherever we want if we are aware. Now including sounds in the practice, but keeping yourself grounded, connected to the body, your posture, your breath. Also including any sounds that are already present. Not with the intention of judging the sounds, but more with the intention of exploring what is the sound like. The pitch, tone, duration. Noticing perhaps silences between the sounds, within the sound as well. So what it's like to be aware of your body, breathing, and opening with a receptive attitude to allow sounds to be there. This is a more open awareness practice. So we come from a focused attention in the breath, And then we expand our awareness to hold the body, the breath, and the sounds. And if it feels too much, you can always go back to the breath, to a focus attention practice. And noticing perhaps any feelings and thoughts and emotions that arise when we include new elements of our experience. With this attitude of kindness towards what is going on, what is happening already. Can we see the experience as it is while we stay grounded, stable, balanced, using the breath, the body, to hold everything that is arising in awareness. And now asking yourself, what do I need at this moment? What do I need at this very moment? Seeing how that answer comes up for you. Feeling the answer, perhaps not thinking of it, but feeling that answer. What do I need at this very moment? Just coming back to the breath for the last few seconds of this practice. Noticing the rhythm of the breath in the body. How the breath is massaging the body, bringing oxygen, life, kindness already. You don't even need to think about kindness. The breath is just kindness itself. And seeing if it's possible just to relax in that feeling of the breath. And very gently, bringing some movements to the body, perhaps the fingers, moving the toes, softly opening your eyes if your eyes were closed. And perhaps giving yourself a massage in the face, like waking up, feeling the temperature of your hands, the face. And stretching, maybe, whatever you need. So I'm going to stop recording this, and I think we have like a couple of minutes or three